Have you ever felt like you're struggling in your own life? Trying to control everything, working yourself to exhaustion, yet the results still don't turn out the way you hoped? You give so much, you keep pushing forward, but the things you desire seem to drift further away. If you're feeling this way, pause for a moment. Don't skip this video, because it might just be the missing piece you've been searching for. I'm not here to offer empty words of encouragement. I'm here to remind you that sometimes the strongest thing you can do is to let go, to relax. There are miracles that only appear when you stop forcing things. Stay with this video until the end and don't forget to subscribe to the channel so we can explore together how calmness can actually bring you closer to everything you want in life. When you're exhausted, you often tend to push yourself forward, as if just trying a little harder will make everything right again. You wake up every morning with a long to-do list, habits to maintain, goals to achieve, and you tell yourself, if I can just get all of this done, I'll be okay. But perhaps the problem isn't that you haven't done enough. Maybe the real problem is that you've done too much, while what you truly need is to stop and allow yourself to simply breathe. We live in a world that constantly demands your attention. Notifications, conversations, endless races against time and achievements. Day by day, you get swept up in this relentless rhythm and believe that if you stop, you'll be left behind. But that's an illusion. Sometimes what keeps you stuck is not that you haven't tried hard enough, but that you haven't given yourself the space to reconnect with who you really are. We've become so used to controlling, so used to doing, that we forget the power of simply being. While you're busy chasing expectations, goals, and results, you lose your presence in your own life. And that emptiness is what truly makes you feel stuck, not a lack of persistence or effort. Pause and ask yourself, have you ever truly allowed yourself to relax? Not surface-level relaxation like scrolling the internet, watching videos, or holding your phone to rest. I mean deep relaxation, the kind where you sit with yourself, free from distractions, free from goals, free from the urge to control outcomes. Just simply being present. It's in those moments that you begin to reconnect with your inner energy, a place untouched by the outside world. That's when you start hearing your true desires, not what you think you should want. That's when you stop fighting to make things happen and start allowing things to naturally unfold. Stoicism, an ancient yet incredibly practical philosophy, doesn't teach you to abandon your dreams or stop striving. On the contrary, it teaches you a different approach: calmness, acceptance, and focusing on what you can truly control, how you choose to respond to life. Marcus Aurelius once said, "If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it." And that is a powerful truth. How many times have you hurt yourself not because of what happened, but because you refused to accept it? How many times have you thought you needed to do more, to try harder, when what you really needed was to let go and allow yourself to simply breathe? Imagine trying to hold a handful of sand. The tighter you grip, the more sand slips through your fingers. But when you relax your hand, the sand remains. Life is the same. The things you truly want won't come to you when you desperately cling to them. They come when you are calm enough to allow them to appear. We are often taught that visualization is a powerful tool to achieve what we desire. But what few people tell you is this: visualization doesn't work when you're in a state of panic, haste, or exhaustion. Visualization loses its power when you're immersed in feelings of lack. In fact, if you try to imagine a better life while your mind is still flooded with worries, expectations, comparisons, and fears, you're simply continuing to build images from the roots of tension. And that doesn't move you forward. It only pulls you deeper into fatigue. Visualization doesn't work when you're desperate. It only truly works when you connect with a peaceful state, when you stop fighting for the future and allow the present to unfold. This isn't just empty advice. It's an essential shift if you truly want to live slowly, deeply, and manifest things of real value. Most of us visualize at the wrong time. We try to imagine right when we wake up, when our body still feels heavy, when our mind is tangled in unfinished dreams and lingering worries from yesterday. And then we blame ourselves. Why isn't visualization working? Why can't I feel what I desire? But it's not because you're not good enough. It's simply because you chose the wrong moment. You need to move first. Let your body awaken through steps, through breaths, through some gentle movement. When you can feel life flowing through your muscles, through your heartbeat, when you are fully present, that's when your mind is ready to visualize. That's when you've stepped out of survival mode and into true connection. If you still find visualization difficult, try a simpler way. Don't rush to be the creator in your story. Be the observer. Instead of forcing yourself to imagine every detail, try visualizing as if you're watching a movie about yourself. Where do you see yourself? What are you doing? How do you walk? Who are you talking to? At what pace are you living? Let everything come to you naturally, as if you're watching a peaceful film where you are the main character, but you don't need to control everything. In reality, visualization doesn't need to be a complicated ritual that lasts for many minutes with background music and a perfect setting. Sometimes, all it takes is a 30-second moment, right before you step into a meeting, send an email, or make an important decision. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and ask yourself, how would I like this moment to unfold? How would I like to feel when I walk out of this situation? Visualization can be that simple, yet it holds real power, because it's tied to your everyday life, not some distant dream. The secret of those who live deeply is not that they know how to control everything. It's that they know how to connect with what is happening. They don't try to force the future to come faster. They prepare for the future by cultivating inner calm. Because they understand that life doesn't arrive when you chase it. It comes when you are ready. When your mind opens, when you learn to relax, the things you desire begin to come to you, not as a miracle, but as a natural part of the rhythm you've chosen. And you can start that today. Write it down. Write as if what you desire has already happened. Write with confidence, not because you're testing your luck, but because you're training your mindset to believe in it. Write as if you're sending a message to your past self, we made it. And remember, you're not alone. There's a community of people learning to live calmly, slowly, and deeply. They are here too. Together, we are learning to manifest a different life, not through haste, but through stillness, through gratitude, through trust. Starting from this very moment, practice visualizing in relaxation, in slow breaths, in a genuine connection with yourself. There's no rush. There's no need to have it right now. Give yourself time. Live as if you are already ready, and what you desire will come to you as naturally as a breath. There's a simple truth we often forget. You can't create peace from a life in which you constantly turn yourself into a racer. You can't attract balance when your own pace is what disrupts it every single day. We often confuse moving forward with moving toward. We throw ourselves into action, endlessly checking off tasks, thinking that means we're getting closer to the life we dream of. But maybe what you truly need isn't to do more, but to learn how to do things differently. To create a peaceful life, you don't need to withdraw from the world or give everything up. You just need to learn how to move at your own pace, even when everything around you remains loud and rushed. And that begins with listening to your body, becoming aware of your natural rhythms, and stopping the habit of forcing yourself into a schedule that doesn't belong to you. For example, if you notice that you usually feel tired and unfocused around noon, why do you keep cramming high-focus, creative work into that time? Maybe you don't need to do less. You just need to reorganize things to match your personal rhythm. Let those low-energy periods be reserved for simple, automatic tasks, tidying up your workspace, taking a slow walk, organizing documents, replying to light emails. Don't fight your natural rhythm. Learn to collaborate with it. Before you say yes to any invitation, opportunity, or plan, pause and ask yourself one simple but powerful question. Will this make me go faster, or will it help me return to balance? Because not every invitation is a true opportunity. And not everything that fills your calendar truly fills your life. Here's another important thing. Schedule your rest intentionally. Many people assume they'll rest when the work is done, when they finally have free time. But the truth is, if you don't consciously make space for rest, you'll never feel like you deserve it. Life doesn't have to be a constant loop between stress and burnout. Sometimes, you need to let yourself rest simply because you are human, not because you've earned it or because you've worked hard enough. If you don't give yourself time to slow down, you'll never gain clarity. And without clarity, you won't be able to manifest what you truly want. Even with the best intentions, you'll end up creating more chaos. Your pace is unique. just like your fingerprint. No one else lives at your rhythm. If you keep trying to live at someone else's pace, even if you reach your goals, you'll realize it was never your path. And the magic is, when you slow down, you begin to notice the signs, the opportunities, the things you once missed. Not because they suddenly appeared, but because you finally moved slowly enough to see them. When you allow yourself to breathe slowly, when you stop judging yourself for not being fast enough, when you start treating yourself with kindness and patience, you'll realize that everything you've been seeking is coming closer. Not because you're doing more, but because you're finally ready to receive it. And you won't get there by running away, by endlessly filling your schedule, or by pressuring yourself to do. It only happens when you truly listen to yourself, when you allow yourself to be fully present in the moment. So, ask yourself, what will you do this week to slow down? Not just as a thought. Write it down. Write it as a promise to yourself. When you write it, you begin to make it real. And remember, you are not alone. We, too, are learning how to live slowly, deeply, and authentically. We are here with you. We are listening. We are walking beside you. And we are cheering you on. Sometimes, what keeps you away from what you truly want isn't a lack of effort. It's the way you're holding on too tightly. The more you try to control the outcome, the more you suffocate it. There is a special power in knowing how to loosen your grip, not to give up, but to trust that even if you're not holding everything tightly in your hands, it can still come to you in an even better way. Life doesn't always unfold according to the rigid plans you've drawn in your mind. It often works in ways you can't foresee. When you repeat the phrase, "I want this," or something even better, you are opening a door. This seemingly simple sentence is actually a subtle training for your mind, to learn how to let go at the right moment, to allow other possibilities to reach you. It's a reminder that if things don't happen exactly as you imagined, it doesn't mean you failed. Perhaps what you haven't yet achieved is simply paving the way for a more perfect version that is on its way. Think of your dreams as test versions, as if you're playing with a demo, not the final product. This mindset helps you release some of the pressure and allows you to enjoy the process more lightly. When you're not burdened by the need to get everything perfect the first time, you give yourself permission to try, to fail, to learn, and to adjust, without punishing yourself for the things that aren't yet complete. You open your heart to lessons from experience, instead of forcing everything to go exactly as you want. Once a week, challenge yourself in a completely different way. Choose a goal, an idea, a relationship, or something you've been holding on to, and stop trying to push it. Just observe. Don't rush to fix it. Don't hurry to draw conclusions. Simply let it be. Let it breathe. Let it grow on its own. Sometimes, the things you're desperately clinging to will come closer when you stop chasing them. And if you can loosen your grip, if you can soften the hand that's holding on so tightly, you'll be surprised at how things begin to fall into place. So, what can you let go of today? A result? A plan? A worry? Write it down as a commitment to yourself. Not to give up, but to create space. Because sometimes what you want doesn't arrive because you're doing more. It arrives because you've finally stopped blocking it. And the universe only needs to know one thing. You are ready to open the door.